All right, so in child's pose, with every inhale, find length throughout your spine. Then every exhale, see if you can sink your hips a little closer down toward your heels. Begin to bring your awareness to your breath. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose. Nice deep breath out your mouth. On your next inhale, seal your lips at the top. Exhale back out your nose. Continue breathing here like this, in and out through your nose. Every inhale, feel your belly expand against your thighs. Every exhale, create an oceanic sound at the back of your throat. Take one more deep breath in through your nose. Fill all the way up to the top of your chest. Deep breath back out your nose, nice and slow. On your next inhale, rise to a tabletop position. Stack your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees. Gaze between your palms. Inhale, cow pose. Drop your belly down to the ground. Lift your gaze to the wall in front of you. Exhale, cat pose. Curl your spine up to the ceiling. Gaze between your thighs. Inhale, cow pose. Drop your belly down. Exhale, cat pose. Pull your spine up. Now return to a neutral tabletop. Flatten out your spine, gaze between your hands. Press your left palm in the middle of your space. And then on an inhale, open up to a modified side plank. Keep your left knee down and reach your right arm up toward the ceiling. Now you can keep your right toes down on the ground, or you can lift your left or your right leg up rather. Squeezing your outer thighs and glutes, your abductor muscles. Point your toes toward the wall in front of you. Now if your right leg is lifted, drop it back down to your mat. Press yourself all the way up. Keep your right leg extended behind you, so plant the sole of your right foot on the ground. Place your right hand on your back leg, and then reach your left arm up toward the ceiling. And on an exhale, bend toward the back of your mat. This nice side body stretch on your left side. Inhale, come back up, drop your left palm down, and return to center, tabletop position. Press your right palm in the middle of your space. Keep your right knee down on the ground and open up to a modified side plank. Extend your left leg long behind you, either keeping your left toes on the ground or lifting your left leg up. If your left leg is lifted, point your toe or flex your toes toward the wall next to you. Now drop your back leg down if it's lifted. Press yourself all the way up. Keep your left leg straight behind you. Place your left palm on your back leg. Reach your right arm up toward the ceiling. Then on an exhale, bend your right arm toward the back wall. Inhale, rise back up. Drop your right palm down. Return to a tabletop position. Inhale, tuck your toes under. Exhale, downward facing dog. Send your hips up and back. First down dog here, so feel free to settle into this shape, this inverted V shape. You can bend into one knee, bend into the next. Spread your fingers out really wide and press your big knuckles down into the ground as hard as you can to relieve some tension from your wrists. Now engage your core to lift your tailbone up as high as you can and find as much length in your spine as possible. You can bring a slight bend to your knees if that feels a little better. Just maintain that length in your spine. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, ragdoll pose. Step your feet behind your wrists at hip width distance. Drape your torso over your thighs. Option to grab for opposite elbows or sway side to side. Let your head hang heavy. Drop your arms down to the ground. Toe heel your feet together to touch. And inhale, slowly rise up to stand, stacking one vertebrae on top of the next. Inhaling as you rise all the way up. When you get to the top, inhale, shrug your shoulders up. Exhale, release your shoulder blades down your back. Press your palms together at heart center. And soften your gaze to the tip of your nose or foot of your eyes closed. Take a nice deep breath together. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Slow breath back out your nose. Let your eyes open, drop your palms down. Inhale, mountain pose. Reach your arms up overhead. Ground down through all corners of your feet. Pull your kneecaps up to engage your quads and spiral your pinkies toward one another. Take a breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge from your hips. Dive down to the ground. Option to bring a bend to your knees here if that's more accessible. Inhale, halfway lift. Press your palms to your shins or thighs. Breathe here a moment. Shift your weight forward to the ball mounds of your feet and flatten out your spine by squeezing your shoulder blades together. Take a breath in. Exhale, low lunge. Step your left foot to the back of your mat and frame your right foot with your palms. So left foot is back, right foot is forward. Ground out through your left palm. Inhale, easy twist. Reach your right arm up toward the ceiling. Squeeze your inner thighs toward one another. Take a breath in. Exhale, horizon lunge. Roll over to the outer edges of your feet. It's a pretty intense stretch here, so keep it nice and light. Lift your hips up just a little bit higher. Inhale, easy twist. Reach your right arm up. Exhale, low lunge. Plant your right palm. Inhale, three-legged downward facing dog. Kick your right leg up behind you. Flex your toes to your mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Drop your right foot. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold, step to the top of your space. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten out your back. Exhale, forward fold, release down. Inhale, mountain pose, sweep your arms up overhead. Exhale, hands together at heart center. Drop your arms down. Inhale, mountain pose, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold, hinge from your hips down to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift, press your palms to your shins or thighs. Exhale, low lunge, step your right foot to the back of your mat and frame your left foot. So left foot forward, right foot is back. Ground down through your right palm. Inhale, easy twist, reach your left arm up toward the ceiling. You can gaze toward your top hand or toward the side wall. Press firmly down through your left heel. Take a breath in. Exhale, horizon lunge. Roll over to the outer edges of both feet and reach your left arm to the wall behind you. Feel this nice stretch in your IT band, your outer left hip. Inhale, easy twist, left arm back up to the ceiling. Exhale, low lunge, plant your left palm. Inhale, three-legged dog, kick your left leg up. Exhale, downward facing dog, drop your left foot. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, travel to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten your spine. Exhale, forward fold, bend down. Inhale, mountain pose, arms up overhead. Exhale, hands together at heart center. Drop your arms down. Inhale, mountain pose, sweep up. Exhale, forward fold, dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. Plant your palms, step your feet back. Stack your shoulders over your wrists, heels over your toes. Inhale, shift forward 2 inches. Exhale, low plank, lower down halfway, elbows pinned into your sides. Inhale, upward facing dog, flip to the tops of your toes, straighten through your arms. Exhale, downward facing dog, send your hips up and back. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, travel to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, Samasthiti, hands together at your heart. Drop your arms down. Inhale, mountain pose, reach up. Exhale, forward fold, hinge down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high to low plank. Plant your palms, flow through whichever variation you'd like. You can always take them on your knees. Inhale, upward facing dog, pull your thighs up. Exhale, downward facing dog, send your hips up and back. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold, step to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana, 6 your hips low and reach your arms up. You can keep your legs together or step your feet to hip width distance, whatever feels better. If your legs are together, squeeze your thighs together and sit a little bit lower. Take a breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten your back. Exhale, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog, flip the tops of your toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, right knee to right tricep. Hinge forward into a high plank and lift your right knee up as high as you can on your right tricep. Feel your abs at work here, press the ground away. Inhale, keep your right leg high. Exhale, low lunge, step your right foot between your palms. Inhale, crescent lunge, hinge your torso up and reach your arms overhead. Breathe here for a moment. Bend deep into your front knee, but make sure your knee is stacked directly over your front ankle. Pull your left hip in line with your right and relax your shoulders gently away from your ears. Take a breath in. Exhale, warrior two. Spiral your back foot down, gaze over your top hand. Find front heel to back arch alignment in your feet. So if I were to draw a line from your front heel down the length of your mat, it would intersect with your back heel, or your back arch, rather. Inhale, star pose. Straighten your right leg, heels in, toes out, create an X shape with your body. Gentle little back bend here. Exhale, horse pose. Draw your hands together at your heart and sink your hips down. Heels are still in and toes pointing out. Take a minute to sink into this stretch. If you'd like to take a few shoulder dips, you can do that. Further opening your hips. And return to a horse position. Inhale, star pose. Heels and toes out. Exhale, triangle pose. Pivot your back foot so it's parallel to the short end of your mat. Point your right toes in front of you, and then hinge your arms forward and down. So your right leg, both legs are straight here. Right toes pointing forward, left toes pointing toward the wall to your left, the left side of your room. Press your hips to the back wall as much as you can. And keep your right leg straight. Inhale, reverse triangle. Reach your right arm up and back and press your hips forward. Exhale, high to low plank. Cartwheel your arms down. Step your right foot back. Flow through whichever variation of high to low plank you would like. Inhale, upward facing dog. Lift your chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hips up and back. Inhale, keep your left foot high. Exhale, draw your left knee to your left tricep. So cat your back, so you're pressing the earth away as hard as you can. Inhale, kick your left leg high. Exhale, low lunge, step your left foot between your palms. Inhale, crescent lunge, reach your arms up overhead. So press up really high on your back ball mound, so your back heel stacks over your back toes. Magnetize your inner thighs toward one another and tuck your tailbone under. Feel this nice stretch in your right hip flexors. Take a breath in. Exhale, warrior two. Spiral your back foot down so it's parallel with the back of your mat. Gaze over your front hand. Press as much weight as you can to the outer edges of both feet and then pull your right shoulder back over your right hip point. Inhale, star pose. Straighten your front leg, heels in, toes out. Exhale, horse pose. Sink your hips down. Maintain a really straight spine here and stack your shoulders directly over your hips. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, triangle pose. Pivot your back foot so it's parallel with the short end of your mat. Point your left toes forward, so stand together. Keep your left leg straight. Press your hips to the back of the room. Find as much space in your left side body as you can. Inhale, reverse triangles. Keep your left leg straight, reach your left arm up and back, high five the back wall. Exhale, high to low plank. Cartwheel your arms down, step your left foot back, lower halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog, straight through your arms. Exhale, downward facing dog, lift your hips up and back. This is our Sun B. We'll flow through linking breath to movement. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, step to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Sit your hips nice and low. Reach your arms up, pinkies inward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Flatten out your spine. Exhale, high to low plank. Plant your palms. Inhale, upward facing dog. Lift your heart forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Press your hips up and back. Inhale, keep your right leg high. Exhale, right knee to right tricep. Curl your knee as high up on your arm as you can. Inhale, right leg up behind you. Exhale, low lunge. Step your foot between your hands. Inhale, crescent lunge. Reach your arms up. Exhale, warrior two. Spot your back foot down. Inhale, star pose. Straighten your right leg. Heels in, toes out. Exhale, horse pose. Sink your hips down. Inhale, star pose, rise back up. Exhale, triangle pose. Point your right toes forward, left toes to the side wall. Inhale, reverse triangle. Press your hips forward, reach your right arm up and back. Exhale, high to low plank. Cartwheel your arms down. Step your right foot back. Inhale, upward facing dog. Straighten your arms. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. Inhale, keep your left leg high. Exhale, left knee to left tricep. Pull your knee up. Inhale, three-legged dog. Kick your left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Step your left foot between your hands. Inhale, crescent lunge. Reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, warrior two. Spiral your hips open to the right side of your room. Inhale, star pose. Heels in, toes out. Exhale, horse pose. Sink your hips down, hands together at your heart. Inhale, star pose. Reach up. Exhale, triangle pose. Pivot your back foot in line with the short end of your mat. Inhale, reverse triangle. Keep your left leg straight. Reach your left arm up and back. Exhale, high to low plank. Cartwheel your arms down. Step your left foot back. Inhale, upward facing dog. Flip to the tops of your toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hips up and back. All right, we'll flow through this Sun B one more time, adding on a little bit and making little changes. So listen for little changes here and there. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out your nose. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Step to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten out your spine. Exhale, forward fold, release down. Inhale, chair pose, sit your hips low, reach your arms up. Now this time, exhale, chair with airplane arms. Sweep your arms back, lift your pinkies up to the ceiling behind you. Feel your triceps working as you lift your pinkies up. Continue to squeeze your thighs together and press your palms as close as you can together behind your back. Inhale, chair pose, reach your arms up. Exhale, forward fold, dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog, flip the tops of your toes. Exhale, downward facing dog, send your hips back. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, right knee to right tricep. Pull your knee up to the top of your arm. Inhale, keep your right leg high. Exhale, low lunge, step your right foot between your hands. Inhale, crescent lunge, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, warrior two, spell your back foot down, gaze over your top hand. Inhale, star pose, heels in, toes out. Listen for a change here. Exhale, Skandasana lunge to the back of your mat. So that bends deep down into your left knee. Come up onto your right heel and point your right toes up toward the ceiling. So it's like a little lunge to the back of your mat. Your back heel You can either lift up a little bit off the ground, that's fine, or it can be planted, depending on your flexibility here. Let's feel this nice stretch along your right groin, your inner thigh. Now on your next inhale, slowly begin to press yourself back up to star pose. And exhale, triangle pose. Pivot your back foot in line with the short end of your mat, right toes forward. Now you can stay right here. This is level 1, just stay right here in triangle. Level 2, begin to press your weight into your front foot. Coming into balancing half moon, lift your left leg up off of the ground. If you're in half moon, stack your hips on top of one another. Flex your left toes toward the side wall that you're staring at, or you can stare down at the ground to help with your balance. Squeeze your outer thigh to lift your back leg up in line with your torso. Now, if you're in half moon, slowly begin to drop your back foot back down to the ground. Inhale, reverse triangle, straighten your front leg, reach your right arm up and back. Exhale, high to low plank, cartwheel your arms down, step your right foot back. Inhale, upward facing dog, pull your thighs up off the ground. Exhale, downward facing dog, send your hips up and back. Inhale, keep your left leg high. Exhale, left knee to left tricep, pull your knee up as high as you can. Inhale, keep your left leg high. Exhale, low lunge, step your left foot between your hands. Inhale, crescent lunge, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, warrior 2, spiral your hips open, your back heel down. Now inhale, star pose, heels in, toes out. Exhale, Skandasana, lunge to the back of your mat. So bend into your back knee, come up onto your front heel so your left toes point up toward the ceiling. And it's okay, again, if your back heel comes off the ground, maybe it stays planted. Wherever you're at is fine. This side might feel a little bit different. On your next inhale, slowly begin to press yourself back up to star pose. Heels in, toes out, X with your body. Exhale, triangle pose. Point your left toes forward, right toes toward the side of your room. Now, level 1, stay here in triangle. Level 2, coming into the balancing posture, half moon. Press your weight into your left foot and begin to lift your right foot up off of the ground behind you. If your back foot is lifted, flex your right toes toward the side wall and stack your hips on top of one another. Really squeeze your outer thighs and glutes to lift your leg up in line with your torso. Now if you're in half moon, begin to slowly drop your back foot back down to the ground. Straighten your front leg. Inhale, reverse triangle. Press your hips forward, left arm up and back. Exhale, high to low plank, cartwheel your arms down, step your left leg back. Inhale, upward facing dog, straighten through your arms. Exhale, downward facing dog, lift your hips up and back. Now drop down to your knees to a tabletop position, press your big toes together, widen your knees out to the width of your mat, sink your hips down, walk your arms forward, take a quick rest in child's pose. In child's pose, focus on your breath. Continue to take deep breaths in through your nose and out through your nose. Try to regulate the length of your inhales and your exhales. Take one more deep breath in, fill up your belly, fill up your chest. One more deep, slow breath out. Your next inhale, press up to a tabletop position. Tuck your back toes under and exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. Well, inhale, keep the right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Step your right foot between your hands. Now press all of your weight down into your right foot here. So press as much weight as you can into your right heel. And inhale, standing L, press up onto your front leg and lift your back leg off the ground. You can keep your hands kind of tented on the ground here to help with your balance. Flex your left toes toward the ground and square your hips to your mat. You can stay right here in standing L. If you'd like to take it a little farther, begin to draw your hands together at heart center for an additional balance challenge. If you want even more, fly your arms out to the side for airplane arms, lifting your pinkies up toward the ceiling. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. If your arms are up, next step is warrior 3. Swing your arms forward in front of you. Frame your ears with your biceps. Continue to flex your left toes down. Take a breath in. And exhale, slowly lower back down to a low lunge. Drop your back foot down. Drop your back knee down to the ground. Toe heel your right foot out to the edge of your mat for runner's lunge. So your right foot is out on the outer right edge of your mat. Back knee down. Just kind of sink into this stretch here. Continue to focus on your breath, regulating your inhales and exhales. Option to drop down to your forearms here if that's accessible in your body. Begin to press weight back into your palms. Re-engage your back leg away from the earth. Exhale, high plank. Shoot your right leg back to meet your left. Ground down through your left palm. Inhale, side plank. Reach your right arm up. Always the option to drop down to your left knee here. Take one more breath in. Exhale, high to low plank. Plant your right palm. Flow through a chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Send your hips back. Inhale, keep your left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Step your left foot in between your palms. Now this time, ground down through your left foot as much as you can. So shift your weight into your left foot. Inhale, standing L. Launch up onto your front leg. Lift your right leg back up off of the ground and tense your fingers on the ground. Drop your right hip in line with your left. Flex your right toes toward the ground. You can stay right here. Work on this strength in your left leg. If you'd like to take it a little further, draw your hands together at heart center. Next step is fly your arms out to the side. Reach your pinkies up toward the ceiling. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Last step is warrior 3. Reach your arms forward. You can take it as slow as you need. It's okay if you're wobbly, a little shaky here. It's the difficult posture. Take one more breath in. Exhale, slowly lower down to a low lunge. Drop your right toes down to the ground. Drop down to your back knee. Toe heel your left foot out to the edge of your mat. And come to a runner's lunge. Your palms are on the inner side of your left foot. Take another moment to just sink into this stretch however you'd like. Option to drop down to your forearms. This side might feel a little different. That's totally normal. Begin to press weight back into your palms. Lift your back knee up off of the ground. So come to an active runner's lunge. And then on your next exhale, step your left foot back to meet your right for a high plank. Drop ground down through your right palm. Inhale, side plank. Open up toward the left side. Always option to drop to your bottom knee. Lift your hips up nice and high. Take a breath in. Exhale, high to low plank, plant your left palm and lower down halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog, flip to the tops of your toes. Exhale, downward facing dog, send your hips back. Take a deep breath in. Deep, slow breath out your nose. Inhale, shift forward to a high plank and then lower all the way down to your belly. Plant your palms down by your low set of ribs and cricket your elbows up. Press the tops of your feet down into the ground as hard as you can. Inhale, baby cobra. Gently lift your chest up off the ground. Pinch your shoulder blades together behind you. Little to no weight in your hands. Take one more breath in. Lift a little higher. Exhale, lower down. We'll take two more. Inhale, baby cobra. Press the tops of your feet down. Lift your chest. Exhale, lower down. Last one, inhale, baby cobra. Lift your chest up a little bit higher. Exhale, lower down. Now press yourself all the way up to standing on your knees. So bring your knees out to hip width distance. Press your palms on your low back so your fingers point down as if you're like sliding your hands into your back pockets. And then squeeze your elbows together behind you. So you don't really want them out to the side. You want to squeeze them together behind you so you're opening through your chest. And then take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, camel pose. Trace your gaze along your ceiling. Lift your heart up. And press your hips forward. You can keep your hands on your back. If you have the flexibility and the openness, you can drop your arms down and grab for your ankles. Keep your heart lifted. Next inhale, slowly rise back up. Take a seat down on your shins. Take a moment here. You can feel your eyes closed or soften your gaze to the tip of your nose. Press your palms on your thighs or on the ground, one of your heart, one of your belly. Just take a few deep breaths in and out here. If your eyes are closed, flutter them open. Shift over onto one side. Keep your legs out in front of you. Point your toes up toward the ceiling and extend your legs straight out in front. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, seated forward fold. Grab for whatever is accessible here, whether that be your shins, outer edges of your feet, or the tops of your feet. Just a nice counter pose to the back bends. Every inhale, fill all the way up and lengthen your spine. And every exhale, see if you can hinge just a tad bit deeper. Your next inhale, rise back up. Lower all the way down to your back. Plant the soles of your feet down into the ground. Lift your right ankle up and over your left thigh. And open up through your right hip. Option to keep your left foot grounded. Also option to lift your left leg up and grab for behind your left thigh. Flex your right toes up toward the ceiling. Drop your feet down, switch out your sides, lift your left ankle up and over your right thigh. Option again to keep your right foot grounded, or option to lift your right foot up and grab for behind your right thigh. Wherever you're at, flex your left toes up toward the ceiling. Drop your feet back down to the ground. Grab for behind your thighs. Rock and roll the length of your spine a couple times. Come all the way up to a nice tall seat. So we'll take it's called half Lord of the Fishes pose. Strange name. So plant the sole of your right foot down into the ground. Then take your left foot and slide your left foot underneath your right leg. So your left leg is bent, and then your right knee is bent up toward the ceiling. And then from here, lift your left arm up, twist toward the right side, and then take your left arm and hook it to the outer edge of your right leg. So it's a little twist here. You can place your right hand on the ground behind you and kind of goalpost your left arm. So use this connection of your left arm and your right thigh to kind of further this twist. You can gaze toward the side wall or toward the wall behind you. Your next inhale, return to center. Switch out your sides here. So plant the sole of your left foot down into the ground and take your right foot and slide it underneath your left leg. So your right leg is bent out to the side, left knee up. And then place your left hand on the ground. Right arm comes up to the ceiling. And then exhale, twist to the left side of your space, hooking your outer right arm to your outer left thigh. Really use your breath here. With every exhale, twist your torso just a little bit deeper. Your next inhale, return back to center. Plant the soles of your feet into the ground, lower all the way down to your back. Hug your knees up into your chest and grab for the outer edges of your feet. Pull your knees down toward your side body for happy baby. Stamp the soles of your feet on the ceiling above you. So your arms are on the insides of your legs. If your tailbone is coming super high off the ground, either grab for your big toes with your peace sign fingers or grab for behind your thighs. Draw your knees back into center. Roll up into one tiny little ball. Lift your forehead to your knees. Wrap your forearms around your shins. Squeeze everything together as tight as you can. Take a breath in. Exhale, Shavasana. Let your arms and legs go long. You can lay down. Take whatever shape feels good in your body here. It doesn't have to necessarily be on your back. Feel your entire body just melts down into the ground beneath you. And place your hands wherever is comfortable. Release your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Relax all the muscles in your face. Just enjoy a few minutes of rest here. You can stay resting in Shavasana as long as you'd like. If you'd like to be guided out, begin to bring some life back to your fingers and toes. Roll out your ankles and your wrists. Take a nice long body stretch. Reach your arms up, arch your low back off the ground. Draw your knees in toward your chest, then roll onto either your right or left side, using your bicep as a pillow for fetal pose. Press yourself up to a tall seat. It's a nice, comfortable seat. You can place your hands on your knees in your lap at heart center. Find a nice, tall spine. We'll finish here with a nice deep breath. Exhale out any air in your lungs. Now take a deep breath in, fill up your belly, fill up your chest, and hold your breath in at the top. Open mouth, exhale, let out your air. Lift your thumbs up to your third eye center, the space between your eyebrows on your forehead. The light in me honors and sees the light in all of you. Namaste. All right, thanks.
Thanks, Salzman.